Hey there, algebra. We got lesson 5-6. Gonna be doing problems 1 through 14. Our learning target: I can identify, write, and graph direct variation. We got a table there. I'm just gonna throw out direct variation as something we have kind of talked about before in past classes. In the past few years, it's gonna be usually identified as like a ratio. This direct variation is just kind of an idea of a constant relationship. So you might not have heard the word direct variation, but we've kind of messed with this idea before. So here we have rice and serving. It's going to be looking kind of right here on this first example. And it says that for every 1 cup of rice, we have 5 servings. And we can see that 1 and 5, 2 and 10, 3 and 15, 4 and 20. If we wanted to, we could write this equation as y equals 5 times x, where every time x goes up by 1, we're going to multiply it by 5. This is an example of a direct variation because it's going up by the same exact thing every single time. So again, the first problem asks us, let me open it up real quick. It says, tell whether each equation represents a direct variation. If so, identify the constant of variation. So this constant of variation is our unit rate. That's what's going to go up the same thing. So here we have y equals 4x. So y equals 4 times x. This is, because it's all in this form, y equals k times x. It's in that direct variation form. And our constant would be 4, because that's what we're growing or multiplying by every single time. Stay with me. Let me show you another example. Here we have b, negative 3x plus 5y equals 0. And this is, again, from an equation. So we need to see if we can get it in this y equals k times x form. That is our goal. So we need to get everything away from that y. So we're going to add 3x, do it to one side, do it to the other. Those cancel, and I get 5y equals 3 times x. Now I got to get everything away from y. Well, 5 times y, so I have to divide by 5. Do it to one side, do it to the other. These cancel, we get y equals 3/5 x. Yes, this is a constant. It's constantly growing by 3/5 because that's what we're multiplying by, and our constant would be 3/5. Let's look at an example that's not 1. So right here, this third one, 2x plus y equals 10. We can see that they subtracted the 2x. And we get y equals negative 2x plus 10. This is not an example because of this plus 10. If that wasn't there and it was just y equals negative 2x, then it would be. Hopefully we're somewhat getting this. Next thing we're going to be doing is telling whether each relationship is a direct variation. So we've had this formula, y equals k times x. Y equals k times x, where this is what we're growing by every single time. It's our constant. If I wanted to solve for k, I want to know the constant. I have k times x, so I would do the opposite. I'd divide by x, do it to one side, do it to the other. K is equal to y divided by x. All I've done is rewrite this equation like this. So it's the same thing, just written differently. So k equals y divided by x. K is that constant that we're trying to solve for. It says, tell whether each relationship is a direct variation. Well, we just learned that k equals y divided by x. So if we take our y and divide it by our x, we want to see if it's constant. So this first one is 6 divided by 1. 6 divided by 1 is 6. 18 divided by 3, also 6. So this is a direct variation because y divided by x is the same. Same thing here. Negative 2 divided by 2, negative 1. 0 divided by 4. This one is not an example of direct variation. That would be example 2. All right, the next part on our lesson here is example 3. It says the value of y varies directly with x, and y equals 6, and x when x is 12. Find y when x is 27. So for this one, we're going to be solving the formula. Again, k is equal to y divided by x. They gave us y divided by x in this one, or they gave us y and they gave us x. So it says when y is 6, x is 12. So k is y divided by x, and it was 12. when it was 6. So k is going to be equal to 1/2. Well, in our original formula, y equals k times x. Y equals 1/2 times x. And we want to know, find what is y when x is 27. So what is y when x is 27? Well, that would just be 1/2 times 27. Well, half of 26 would be 13, so that would be 13.5. Y would be equal to 13.5. Let's check the book really quick, make sure I did that proper. Correct, 13.5. Okay, so we're just solving for that last one. If you need any help, we're going to be doing problems 1 through 10, 1 through 14. Please don't hesitate to Zoom with me. I got that Zoom open all day long. Like I said, I know this is a tougher lesson, so I would hope to have a couple of you on there. Good luck.